Okay, another match with this deck. Actually, really enjoying playing this. It's very janky and teamy, but so fun to play. I'm not going to lie, this is super fun. I think I'm going to mulligan this. We can't actually guess most of our hand. Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. This hand is a bit better. I'm going to keep it on the Altisor probably. We can go for Grove into Prism into Rotation, I think. Or in a Tron Mirror. Okay, I think I should have played the land. Okay, whatever. I just say blue and pass. So if we play that Tron land, then we would be able to just turn 3 Tron. I don't know. But this also allows us to crop rotation, so it's fine. We have 2 towers, so that's good news. They exile a Siemens Spirit Guide. This is awesome, yeah. What are they doing? What is this? This is amazing. I love this. I love this so much. Okay, so they find a power plant. I'm getting outmemed here. Okay, so let's just play this the prism. Simian Spirit Guide. Why? That's awesome. So we have actually access to Tron next turn, but nothing else to do. Oh, we have Prism, so we can actually kind of Dream Cash or Track Down or whatever. So something. Play the plant. I wonder what are they doing. So they pass with 4 mana. Teachings? I doubt that a teaching set will play these cards. Play the plant, rotate this, find the tower, have 7 mana. We then cast Track Down. Sadly, Track Down doesn't really find a prism or... Okay, they are rotating, so they are going to have Tron now. They're going to go for a Crusher, and we kind of die now. We don't have an answer to Crusher. I don't know what they were thinking so hard. Wasn't that difficult. So yeah, we will assemble Tron here again. Just try to find something. The thing is, we need to find prisms to sacrifice. So we're actually going to go for the cash. Doesn't do it. We can sacrifice these two, the prism and the mine. We will still have Tron next turn. I think we just concede. Yeah, there's no way we can win this. So let's see, we have... I don't know what's good against them. Cleansing Wildfire for sure. Probably remove Staunchy and Altisor. Call it a day. So let's just see who can outrun the opponent. In this case, it was them that they outrun us. The Crusher is actually a massive problem for us. Again, I think this deck should benefit from a Doomblade effect in the sideboard, like probably a couple of cast downs. Maybe even in the deck, in the main deck. It's usually pretty good to cascade into that in most matchups. Sometimes it's bad, but most of the time it's fine. So that Simian Spirit Guide was actually pretty good. Well, no, not really. I think no, yeah, they did. They turned to Simian Spirit Guide and stirrings to find a land. The next turn they play a land, and we're able to rotate into 8-drop. So if they didn't have the Simian Spirit Guide, they wouldn't have been able to do that. So that's interesting. I don't think still that's a good game plan. But what do I know, right? So we have Tron in hand and a Prism. I'm going to keep this. And to just play the plants. Plant, mine, Prism, Tower. We have even crop rotation to find extra lands if they try to mess us up. Every time I see this picture, I just can't understand how this little dude fits in that mouth. Doesn't seem to fit the card, right? I don't know. Let's see what they can do with their Stormtron. Yep, Prism turn 1. Good stuff. Have another Spirit Guide. Apparently they don't. Dream Cache is actually pretty good. We can actually use moving this to the bottom of the library. Okay, more Dream Caches. Phil Foglio is such an iconic artist. I mean, the art is kind of wonky, but you have to admire it, right? Like, what the fuck is this? What's happening here? Power plants, okay. Play the plants. Have another guy. Yeah. Abrade the prism, that's annoying. I will probably have to play this on blue then. Just pass the turn. So we are really resolved like 3 2-for-1s against this opponent. So we should win the card advantage front. We should fight very hard to not lose to a random crusher now, which is the biggest problem that we might encounter since we don't have answers to it. We find a prism. They play the prism, that's fine. So next turn, if they have crop rods, they can have the Tron. Let's play this. We can rotate this into Tron, but we don't have any other source of color, so we don't actually get to do that. Oh, wait, totally not wrong. So, yeah. Wildfire is going to be good for sure. The problem is we can't actually cast it. Okay, so we are going to probably cast the Dream Cache. Okay, problem means they don't have Tron now. Relic, completely fine, we don't care. I don't really get why they are playing Relic against us. Maybe it's just an egg to dig. Let's start with the cache. We can actually shuffle with the Crobrat, but this can just put it in the bottom. So top or bottom now. So we don't actually have enough mana to cast the Colossus this turn. We could actually hide something on top, like a wildfire for the next turn. Now we're going to cast. No, we can't actually cast the Mold Drifter this turn. Oh, this sucks. So we're going to put the cards on top. Yes, and we're going to put Mold Drifter, then Power Plant. And now we're going to play this on red. Just hit for 2. So what this accomplishes is that we will have Colossus and Wildfire, and Colossus cascading into Mold Drifter. Maybe they are just probably digging for Tron land, so they should crack their relic now. No, they choose to keep it. So maybe they are valuing it more than I am. I don't know. Even though they just top deck Tron, have like the perfect setup. So if they have something big, they're going to be in a bit of trouble. We will be able to just mess up with our opponent's mana base next turn with the Wildfire. We are probably going to target the plant. I heard several times that you should never target the tower, but I never actually understood why. I'm going to do it anyway because people know more than me, I guess. And let's just hope they don't have anything big here. Okay. We still have the crop rotation. We miss on the Moon Drifter sadly, but nothing we can do. So let's rotate this one. And let's play another Tron land. Remember that we shuffled with this, so we don't actually get to cascade into that. Yeah, we're going to cascade to this. Rotate this land now into another tower. We even have another plant here, so that's good news. And we're going to wildfire their power plants. Let's see if we find some artifacts. No, okay. They have wastes? Why? What is this? What are they playing? I don't quite get it. Okay. So we hit them for 2. We have a Colossus. And we have access to track down, cash, Fengraph. So we have several things to do. One, two, three, four, 5. So they have 5 mana here. If they have another that missing Tron piece, they don't. They have the Compass. Compass is pretty bad in Tron because it changes the line type. So we are better off playing other fixers. Just a pro tip. Let's see what they have now. 5 mana. They play Assembler. That's good. It's actually pretty good. It allows them to have more things to do. Ornament is fine. It's pretty fine for us. Let's play that. And play cash first. Track down first. Probably track down. Boarding party. Oh, this is a cry, so we can actually bottom these 2 and put the party on top. have more than enough mana, so if we play this, we have the tower untapped. Yeah, let's do that. That's good. We can actually cast the Dream Cache now. And I'm going to just attack. We are the aggressor. We're on 4 now. Yeah, let's cast the Dream Cache. No, we're going to put on the bottom these 2 lands, I think. Okay, right. To sideboard again. Let's see. Throne Guard. It's actually not that bad. An Ancient Grudge can remove their prisms and stuff. But yeah, I don't think we care about that. Cascading into it is kind of annoying. We saw a break from them. But that doesn't really make me bring Hydros. So I'm going to just omit it, run it back. So we just have to mulligan aggressively into good hands, I think. Or good disruption. This is Tron, but we don't have mana for the rotation. We also have the Cleansible Fire, but most of our mana enters tapped. This could lose pretty easily. But this could win very easily too, so I'm going to keep. If we find a Prism, we can actually turn 3 Tron. Not that that's a lot, but we can. Mulligan to 6. Trying to find those Tron pieces. So we are pretty close to having Tron, like just fixing away. So Prism or yeah, Prism is a great draw. Mulligan to 6. Let's see if they have a Simian Spirit Guide. No, just a Prism. So if they have the Spirit Guide, they would have probably done that turn 1, I would guess. Just play the Prism. Next turn we play the Fengraf. We rotate it, have Tron, and have nothing to do with Tron. Or we can just Cleansible Fire them. But I want to wait until I see their Tron pieces. Stirrings, okay. At least this gives us some information about their hand. Tower, so they are probably going to play that. Yeah, so if they fetch towers, this means that we can actually pretty happily remove it with Wildfire. So I don't think there is any need to crop rotation right now, because we crop rotate, find Tron and have nothing to do. So I'm actually going to wait. I should have probably not done that. I should have probably waited after the Wildfire. It was a misplay in my part. Okay, that's not a bad draw. We can do that next turn. I'm still amazed they played Wastes. Like, it's weird. It's really, really weird. I can't think of a reason to play Wastes in this deck. Okay, so they are going to stirrings. Let's see what they fetch. They didn't play a land yet, so if they fetch a Tron, we can remove it again. Mine. Okay, they play the mine. The problem is they have access to crop rotation, so if they fizzle the cleansing wildfire, we are in problems. Okay, right now this is a good draw. We can actually rotate into Tron the Maelstrom Colossus. They could have access to Dispel, but I'm not going to put them on Dispel. I really have no idea what they are doing, so it's very difficult. Mine? Yeah. This is mine. Such a comedic genius. Let's play this. Cascade into something cool. Yeah, that's fine. Next turn we can go for the Altisor or the Parky plus Wildfire. Depends on what they do too. 1, 2, 8, 9. We have 9 mana. So yeah, I think the best use of that mana is Boarding Party plus Wildfire. Unless we draw something better. Fengraf. And they play right away, which is kind of weird. Maybe they have the... No, they don't have the rotation. If they had the rotation, they would have rotated the wastes. Okay, weird. So what they did? Why did they play the Fengraf first? I don't get it. Let's see what they have now. If they have a Scour from existence, they removed us from Tron, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so we can't actually play the Mulldrifter, but we have the Wildfire. So yeah. Assembler, that's okay. Not the end of the world. We just pass. They don't have color mana, so we are actually going to be able to resolve this Wildfire. This one is actually a good draw, I think. No, wait. Yeah, right. So we are going to move Drifter into Wildfire because they remove one of our color mana sources. We'll Drifter first in case we find some artifact mana. We do not, so we are going to again do this before anything else. So let's see, we remove one tower, so we're going to remove the other tower just to hit on the same target again. See what we find with this draw step. It was a spicy one. The spicy mirror, the spicy Tron mirror. Not bad at all. Let's see if they have another waste. What? Why? I don't get it. And we can actually go for a ponder here. I like that idea. Okay, so we can put Mulldrifter on the bottom. No. Yeah, Mulldrifter on the bottom and Cascade into it. Like that. And we remove them from Tron. We know one of their cards is an assembler. And we can start playing some more chunkers. We can actually rotate into Mortuary Mire if they kill one of our creatures to put that back on top and Cascade into that. Let's see what happens now. Green. They probably should be playing like forests. I think forests are just strictly better than waste. I don't really get it. So they're playing black. But okay. That's completely fine for me. I don't care about that. They didn't attack. Okay. So we can actually set up a very good Dream Cash turn, right? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we should be able to do Dream Cash into Annoyed Altisor. Yeah, let's do that. Show them who's boss. Yes, I'll put back on top. In order, Drifter, then Boarding Party. Play a land. 7 mana, fix. For green, fix. For green. Play this. And this is not the best Cascade in the world, but it's pretty close. This is awesome. I'm doing it. Let's just attack. It's fine, we can try that. It was pretty awesome. We also have the crop rotation if they remove one of our lands. Yeah, we got them. Oh, GG's. Oh, okay, so let's go really quick to the closing ceremony. Okay, so this deck is just so fun to play. I'm going to be honest. This deck is not a tier deck by any stretch of the imagination, but it's so fun to play. So if you want to play this deck, I recommend you don't play this card. I never actually wanted to play this card. It's not what we are trying to do. We don't care about drawing cards. We already have the Drifter and all this Cascade. So if you look at it this way, all of this is card advantage, just card advantage, and all of this is card selection and card draw. And yeah, I don't think we need more, so I need them. I mean, the monarchy is a bit worse. I will probably change it for another ornament. I wanted to test this card, but in the end I never actually wanted to play this, so I'm going to do something like this. Just maximize on the turn 3 Tron into something. More often than not, we were able to just create, like, build Tron, like assemble Tron, and we wanted to have color mana sources, and Wonders Ornament and Prophetic Prism are the best tools for that. So I would assume this is the best setting for that. So okay, so closing thoughts on this. Dream Cash was actually pretty good. Weirdly enough, when I played this card, when I put this card in the deck, I thought it was kind of a janky way of drawing cards and setting up Cascade. But in the end, the draw 3 put 2 back is usually good enough. And when you want to have the random upside or set up some awesome Cascade turn, then you can do that. And that's pretty strong too. So I was actually very happy with it. So there's that. Track down was okay, was hit or miss. It's probably better than Ancient Stirrings, but not for that much. I will change it. I was really liking it. And Ponder ended up being really, really good. Every time we cast this, we were ahead. We put us ahead because it helps you so much in finding your pieces. It's cheap enough that it matters and all that. And then in the land slots, I think there is improvements to be made. The thriving lands were great, but being tapped is a big cost. So maybe that's something to fix. Because we are kind of an aggressive deck, right? We want to really build that Tron turn 3. So if this was a forest, you can just play the tower, play the plant, play this, and then rotate that and have Tron right away. If you don't do that, you have to play this earlier, and that kind of creates some weirdness, you know. So yeah, I liked it. I think there's improvements to be made for sure. And again, in the sideboard, I don't think we care that much about artifacts from the opponent. Like, this is good, for example, against Relic of Progenitus in the Murasa Tron builds, but since we don't care about that or any other artifacts for that, we normally just, I would just remove these two and put a couple of cast downs. Yeah, a couple of cast downs. They're a bit difficult to cast on our deck, but we still have the Mortuary Mire, the 3 lands, and this, so it's fine. And last but not least, this is fine. So yeah, I think this deck has a lot of potential in the sense that Cascade is a broken mechanic. It basically cheats in the sense that it goes very well around counter spells, and just being a 7/7 that can potentially bring with itself a 6/5 or a 6/3 haste or a mood drifter. It's just very strong, and even when we cascaded into Prophetic Prism, we were very happy because it's still a 8 mana 7/7 that draws a card and fixes our draws and all that. So even when the card was not that good, it was still really good, like a really good finisher, value finisher. And Oldisor was the more clunky of them all. So maybe we would need to have more green sources or other ways of generating green mana. I don't exactly know how. Maybe like a Manamorphose, but that may be a bit too junky. So this was actually kind of in my tier list of payoffs, or something like this. Like Boarding Party was useful because you can bring that in on turn 3 if you have Tron and Prism. Colossus can be cast on turn 3, but it's very difficult. You have to crop rotate when you already have Tron. And Altisaurus was just for turn 4 casting it. So I think it's useful, it's good, but I think there is improvement to be made in that front. So yeah, that was me. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you enjoy it, if you have any comments, just let me know. I also just really wanted to thank you for watching and to sticking it to the final game and to the final moments. So thank you so much. See you next one.